What's up, everybody? This is Craig, and this is day 30 of my 30-day video challenge. In this video, I'll be talking about 3 lessons about fear as a creator. In this 30-day challenge, publishing a video every day, there are certain lessons that I have picked up along the way. I would like to share those lessons with you today. Lesson number 1 is that nobody cares. If you go searching on YouTube for Nobody Cares, you will find a list of videos that all talk about something to do with how nobody cares about your content as a creator. I came across a video by Ali Abdaal titled Nobody Cares, and I thought the title was a little bit harsh. But after viewing the content, I completely understood where he's coming from. As creators, we believe, selfishly, that people care so deeply about our content, and the truth is they don't. Now, I'm not saying that they don't care in the moment. If you tell your friend what you're doing, they won't show you some interest and they won't care in the moment. What I'm saying is that once you stop talking about it and they walk off and they leave the conversation, they're not thinking about your content. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their own lives. And that is just the truth, is that people are selfish and they're self-centered. People care, but they don't care in the way you want them to care. Just like you are hyper-focused on your own content, they have their own issues that they are focused on. Lesson number 2, publishing over perfection. As you create videos, podcasts, or articles, and you get stuck because you're so worried about what people think, you have to focus on publishing over getting everything perfect. You may dislike your introduction to an article. You may be self-conscious about the way you appear in your video. You may wonder if they really like your Instagram post. Stop being so focused on what others think. Focus on making whatever piece of content better and then publish it. At the end of the day, it is more important to keep publishing than to get it perfect. Lesson number 3, holding back only hurts you first and foremost. When you obsess over what others think about your content, whether that is writing, video, art, or poetry, you are slowing yourself down in the creation process. Many times I know this because many times it would hold me back from publishing an article. I would sit on an article for a week, 2 weeks, maybe more, depending on how anxious it made me feel, like whatever it was that I was self-conscious about. And they would just sit in my dashboard for WordPress and just sit there and never get published. While we are robbing other people of the blessing of whatever it is we create, when you obsess to the point where it keeps you from publishing, you're only hurting yourself. So no one is going to call you and ask why you haven't published your book. No one's going to call you and say, why haven't you shipped your album? And no one's going to call you and say, what happened to that painting you were working on? Why? Well, because of number 1. People are busy. They have their own issue. It's not that they don't care about you, but they're so focused on themselves, they can't remember all of your stuff too. When something that you're fearing or that you're anxious about or uncomfortable with in your content is holding you back, you're only hurting you. And you might say, well, Craig, it's only one piece of content. What could it really hurt? Here's what I want to tell you. The further along that I get on my creator journey, the more that I see scenarios where I was held back by something that kept me creating. I see evidence of things where I wanted to be a creator long, long ago, and for one reason or another, something held me back. And I am missing years of experience because of this. So the next time that you get stuck, you get hung up on what others think in relation to your work, stop. Remember, people have their own issues, okay? It's not that they don't care in the moment. They just don't have the capacity to care about all the details of everyone in their lives. That includes your videos, that includes your art, that includes your music, anything that you create. People don't have time to keep up with it all. And they're just too focused on their own problems to remember what you're working on. So the next time that you're hung up on what others think in relation to your work, stop it. Remember that people have their own issues. You need to choose to publish, to ship it, to get it out there in the world over having your work be perfect. If you're honest with yourself, it will never be perfect. When you're tempted to hold on to that piece of content, that artwork, or whatever it is, because you think that you can fix it, stop. You need to publish. You need to share it with the world. You're only hurting yourself when you hold this back. You're keeping yourself from gaining momentum and making progress in your journey. Remember who this hurts and ship your work.